What's going on, guys? My name's Clayton.
Also known as Commander.
And are you ready for
October 18th League Center?
Because I am. Welcome to League Center for October 18th, 2017. We got a lot to cover this week. We got 4 replays. We got an interview by Dallas Dugon's Coach Scrappy. We have some good news to talk about. So we're going to move straight in there. Moving straight. First off, nice announcement with the request of Blue, so I don't keep on spamming the GSA. There's a League Center Discord you can join to where you'll see all the League Center episodes early. That's where I'll do all the interviews. If you have any comments you want to give, you can do that. And I'll usually go to there first to ask questions and such. So yeah, Discord server link is in the description. That's the nice new logo. Going straight to the GSA Season 3 Week 7 recap. You can see that in the Red Division, Kanto Conference, King L5 right now is leading 5-1. I believe it's 5-2 now due to the fact that he had to take a 6-0 loss to Virgie, or Virgie took the 6-0 loss to him. One or the two. They didn't play against everyone's disapproval. Epics and the Ursaring sits also 5-2. Those would be the two moving on. I believe those two would be making playoffs at this point. Money just took a loss to Epics. And then Cal, at this point Cal might be out of the playoffs where Virgie's standing. But it's anyone's game within the 7 outside of the Limestone Riperiors. In the Johto Conference, it's also shaky. We know Blue's more than likely going to win with the Miami Finnies. 27 picked up a win in Week 8, which you'll see next week. Then also Ben played, you'll see the replay of Ben's match, and you'll see the replay of my match in the replay section here. A lot of really good games this week in the GSA side. I wish I covered Money and Epic's game as well, because that was really good. We're going to move on and jump over to Lude, Season 1, Week 6 rankings. Blues took a loss and sitting 5-1. Techno, the Josh Nichols, are sitting 4-1. AJ, 27, Newman, Scrappy, Cal, and Meerkat sitting in the playoffs at this point, while Sylveon, KC, San Diego Winkles, Caper and the Chicago Hoodlums, and Miami Garden Minfoos are all sitting right now out of the playoffs, but a lot of them are really tight. We're going to move over to the UDL. One of the new leagues we're covering, the UDL Season 4 Week 1 rankings at this point. I do not know the outcome of Brain versus Avon. I assume Brain won, but that might be pushing it too much. We do know Eevee pulled off the only 6-0 and did the best out of everyone. Other people that took wins was PokeLife and the Chicago Cheelings, Pry and the Munich, Amanda Buzz, Derp, Derp, and the Toronto Maple Bayleafs, also known as Cat Valentine, Keyhorn, and the Absols, Divinity, and Bacon, which you'll see Bacon's match this week, also in the replays. Moving on to Dream League Season 4 Week 5, where it's been going on. I just popped in. I believe it was Brain who let me in, and some teams to watch out. The Josh Nichols, which is Techno again, sitting 3-2 in the Ultra Sun division. 2-3 is Scrappy, our coach for this week, sitting 2-3 as I said. Vancouver Golducks and Twong is sitting 1-4. Then Fall River Fotzels and Bacon sitting 2-3. Also 2-3 is Pedro, coach of the Victoria Vaporeons. And Newman and the Newman Mantines are sitting 0-5, and someone to keep an eye on is the Montreal Milotics and Coach Matt. Right? I hope I got that right. There'll be some Dream League stuff in the near future, but that's all for all this. That's all for the leagues we're covering. But we have the tournament, the Brawl for All tournament. I covered last week. All the pools are done. If you didn't expect, I got my butt handed to me, but that's the point. Now I get to cover my predictions, which I didn't submit because I didn't want to. Some of the things that I'm going to point out. Some people that moved on that we actually care about. Blue moved on, obviously. Then we have JT's odds. Virgie moved on and Changi did not. King L5 did. And then that's all on this side. If you're wondering how I decided things would work, the quarterfinals match, I'll just cover the quarterfinals matches, unless like Virgie I had blues before then. But quarterfinals match, King L5 versus Jack, which I made King L5 win. And then it's Yeah versus Blue, which I had Blue win. Moving on to the second half of the brackets. Some other people to watch for: Hiker Toad, Sablo, who's the defending champion, Scrappy, and then H. Colin, Jornzy, AJ, and then I'm going to do a shout out to Jo. He was in my pool. He was a nice guy, even though he 6-0'd me. Some people to point out that I have moving on: Hiker Toad. I have Scrappy beating the defending champion. Go Scrappy, you can do it. And then also AJ moving on, and I have the semifinals match: Hiker Toad, who beats Scrappy. Sorry Scrappy, I just know Hiker's really freaking good. And then the pecking order, aka AJ, moving on to the semifinals. Who do I think is gonna win it all? Probably Hiker, in all honesty. I would want AJ or Blue to win, or King L5, but I feel like Hiker's just gonna win. And if you want a league covered, comment down below, and I will add you to the list. So that is all. My name's Clayton, also known as Commander. We're gonna move on to your replays. We got 4 replays, as I said. 2 from the GSA, 1 from the UDL, and 1 from Brawl for All. Here are our 4 replays for the week. Some pretty awesome replays. We're going to start off at Brawl for All. Whew. Music was rather loud. There we go. We're going to start off with Brawl for All. Scrappy is the featured coach this week, if you couldn't tell. And he's definitely going to be featured here as he's facing off against Melon in a very close end-game match. A lot of wish passing this week, in all honesty. I know 2 of the games had a lot of wish protecting. It's going to be a switch into Victini here. Thinking probably a switch into Ditto or something. But Starmie's going to stay in here, getting wore down by Toxic. Starmie's going to be faster than Teeny and take out Teeny with Scald. That's why you run Hazard Control, which Malone did not run Hazard Control. And now it's just going to be a very long game to see who can take out it's going to be Aromatisse versus Aromatisse, except one Aromatisse is toxic and one is burnt. It's going to be some protects. Scrappy could end up losing this game. Yeah, he doesn't play it right. Wish. It's going to have to be a wish on Scrappy's end here. It's going to do a good chunk of damage. The Moonblast is going to end up taking out Scrappy. Yep, I showed Scrappy failing. No one expected that, but he has a lot of awesome games. We'll talk about some of the leagues he's in on the replays. Now let's get to some games where the featured coach is actually going to win. Oh, by the way, that replay was sent in by Epics. So, Scrappy, you can blame Epics. We're going to move on to GSA. 2 really awesome GSA matches this week. First off, I had to put myself in. That's kind of selfish, but I love this replay. Beat J2K is an amazing coach. He's the coach of the Charlotte B-Drills, and he's leading the same conference, other division. And no one would expect what came out of this. So, 1 Mon down each. Here we have a Flash Cannon from a Life Orb Lucario taking out Umbreon, and here comes Espeon, the MVP of the game, as Seismitoad comes in, a defensive Seismitoad, taking that, And here comes a Grass Knot taking out the actual Seismitoad. That works really well. And here comes Mew, and this is what Espeon was built to do. Z Shadow Ball. Never-ending Nightmare doing 92% to Mew as Mew just clicks Bulk Up. I don't think 2K was expecting that. And here's a Shadow Ball to take out Mew. So here comes in an Arcanine. And it's going to be a quick mid-game, or a quick other game here. Just wearing down Arcanine with Drapion. That's all it needed to do. Basically sacked off Drapion in its last game. Here comes Jolteon here, as it's going to be a switch into Venusaur. It'll be a little bit of Venusaur v Jolteon for a little bit. As Shadow Ball does a good chunk of damage. Knockoff going to do, but not going to have the Life Orb, which actually turned into our favor. And we're going to get one special attack hacks as well. One special defense drop. Here comes a second special defense drop. That puts it in any range whatsoever. It's going to be back into Arcanine. And the Shadow Ball is going to come out. And Jolteon still, yep, there's a third special defense drop. So Jolteon still okay as this. Here comes back in Venusaur, and now it's just spamming Shadow Ball until Giga Drain comes. And then here's where Espeon's going to finish off the game. Espeon was really only supposed to be there to chip away things for Sylveon, however, yeah, Espeon picking up 4 kills in a single game. So we're going to move on to the UDL. I believe the UDL. Let me go check. Give me a moment to make sure this is the UDL. Yes, it is the UDL, the United Discord League. And we have Knight versus Bacon in the Fall River Floatsels, if you remember from Zastal. That is the same Bacon, and the biggest top in the, as Spanik would say, Spanik at the Disco, top 10 saddest anime deaths right here. So Weavile versus Alolan Ninetales, all out pummeling. Going to end up taking out the Alolan Ninetales. I think that's a little bit overkill, but here comes in the Snorlax, probably what the all out pummeling was for, but Brick Breaks. Holy Brick Break, and it's going to live a Fire Punch. And there's going to be another Brick Break taking out the Snorlax. And so now it's a 2v2. But here comes in, yep, the Manaphy. What will Manaphy do, or what will Weavile do? A crit Brick Break. And a Surf, obviously going to take out. So it's going to be Breloom versus Manaphy and Vikavolt. And Breloom going to take that Surf pretty well. I'm going to dish off a Bullet Seed, which one-shots. So, you have Rock Tomb. This is why it's a fail right here. What do you click? Bullet Seed. And everyone's dreams just went down the drain. So, that is the third replay. Bacon picking up the win. And for the fourth replay, I could not show this. This is probably one of the best replays ever. It's turn 61. 60 turns of Wish Stall. I'm not joking. But this has turned into one of the best games. It is Ben, Big Bad, coach of the Melbourne Magnetons, against Matt, who took over for Beast. Beast was coach of the Chi-Town Toros. We're going to go fast on this one. So Knockoff doing a whole lot of damage. Scald going to do a good chunk of damage as well. Knockoff, the first kill of the game, turn 63. It's going to be Mega Blastoise. And here comes Entei. And Entei brings more than just pressure. It's going to be a jump. And here comes a Z Sunny Day. And Calm Mind Central. Which helped Cresselia for a little bit. And here's a lot of Calm Minds. As a light screen's going to come up, another Calm Mind's going to come up. And Ben going to play the chip game with Ice Beam, because that's the only attacking move he has. And this is going to set up so many Calm Minds. Max Calm Mind here. Fire Blast does 77%. A light screen comes up. Sunny Day comes up. Moonlight going to heal. Fire Blast misses. Some more chip damage coming on Ben's side. Solar Beam. That did about 31%. That's not bad at all. Another Ice Beam trying to freeze the Entei. And Solar Beam. Crit over. That's like a stupid amount. Here comes Kartana though. This is where the game changes. That's the second Fire Blast miss. Another Night Slash trying to get a crit. Fire Blast is going to take out Kartana by like thousands of percent. Fire Blast on the sash for Infernape to deal a close combat, taking out Entei. Ben is on the back foot, but just took out Matt's first Mon. Here comes Bisharp. It's going to be a jump into Aromatisse for the Sucker Punch fail. Ironhead is coming, but a Moonblast is going to crit and take out Bisharp. Skarmory's now in. What do? You jump into Kira. This Skarmory does not have Ironhead. The Toxic comes down from Skarmory. It's going to be a switch here into Porygon 2. The bulk of Porygon 2, that's just burnt. And it's Ice Beaming. You can't freeze this Porygon 2. Probably a good thing on Matt's side. Here comes Aromatisse again to click recover, and we're going to have more stall. Try attack. That does about a good chunk of damage. Here comes a Wish. Another Try attack. Does a good chunk of damage. Aromatherapy is going to take care of that poison that Kyurem had. Trying to keep that Kyurem healthy. It's one of Ben's best way. Here comes another Toxic. You can see kind of where this is going, but trust me, this finishes up rather quickly. There's another kind of high roll on the Try attack. And that Wish comes right back up. Another Toxic. Crit Try attack. Here comes a Moonblast, dealing a good chunk of damage. It's going to be a switch into the Infernape to predict the recover. And here was a long time where Matt had to decide where he wanted to take this close combat. He decided Skarmory was the best choice. Here comes that close combat again, taking out Skarmory on a 1% Infernape. Here comes Furfrou. Now Ben decides that close combat can't do it, so Aromatisse comes in, which can take facades like champs. So Furfrou going to continue the facade as a Wish is going to come up. Porygon 2 still alive. Another facade. Aromatherapy taking care of the Toxic that Aromatisse had, and another Wish heal up. Ben playing very safe, but he needs to. Another Toxic, as Moonblast does about 35% with the special attack drop. Protect, just trying to stall out some Toxics and gain leftovers recovery. Probably to keep out of range of close combat. Here comes Lando I. Crit Moonblast with the special attack drop. Yeah. That makes you to live a Sludge Wave. And Moonblast, another crit, going to take out Lando I. Now this game is in Ben's hands. It's going to go back to the Furfrou. Going to sack off the Aromatisse. Here comes Kira. And this is where things go haywire. It's just Ice Beam. That's Ben's only play. He can win if he Ice Beams everything. It's going to go into Porygon 2, which can take Ice Beams. This puts it in range. Porygon 2 is out thanks to that burn. Here comes Furfrou. And that's probably at least the 20th Ice Beam between Cresselia and Kyurem. One more Ice Beam, freeze. And that will end the game on turn 107. Ben pulling off a 2-0 win after, in all honesty, Entei completely set up on Calm Minds and sitting at 3-0. That just shows how good of a coach Ben is. So, we're going to move on to another really good coach, which is Scrappy. Scrappy. and we will see you for the Coach of the Week. Welcome back to the Coach of the Week. This is the second time for the second part of League Center. This week's coach was a no-brainer in my opinion. He's the coach of the Dallas Dugons. He has a very large fan base of blue, blue, and blue, and he is a fantastic battler. We are going to welcome Scrappy.
What's poppin', people?
Scrappy is evidently very popular, if you'll see the questions here in a little bit. But we're going to talk about his drafts first, probably something that you can talk a little bit more about. Yes, as I said, the Coach of the Week is Scrappy, coach of the Dallas Dugons. So, first up, the three leagues we have up is going to be the Lose, Season 1, Brawl for All, Round 4, Season 4, and Dream League, Season 4, a new league that you saw that we added. So let's start with Lude 27's league. The Dallas Dugons sit 6th as of the time of doing this interview, which is probably before 27 actually updates anything. 4-2, +1. The team of Landers T, Megasizor, Latios, Sylveon, so another reason why it was a no-brainer. Jolteon, Arcanine, Seismitoad, Keldeo, Swellow, Gengar, and Armaldo. So, Scrappy, talk about your team for a little bit. I already like it because Sylveon and Jolteon are in it, but...
Yeah. Well, most of this team is like a lot of good Volt Turn, and I think 7 of the Mons have some form of momentum, and I really like playing that way. And I haven't used a lot of them. I've used Jolteon and Sylveon and Latios in the past, but Lando T and Megasizor I never used, so I thought it was a really good, cool opportunity to use them.
It looks like a fantastic team to me.
Yeah, it's really fun to use, except when Blue has Mega Kangaskhan.
Luckily, I don't have to face him for that, so we're going to move on to Brawl for All, Round 4. Where Scrappy has been going ham.
Oh, no.
His team of Mega Charizard, Starmie, Tapu Bulu, Nidoking, Fortress, Savali, Raichu, and Ditto.
Yeah, so this was my first tourney style, and I thought, hey, Mega Charizard X, that's probably a really good mon to use as far as the tournament, because it's already so hard to prep for in a normal league that it would be even harder when it's only 8 mons. And then, obviously Starmie and Tapu Bulu round out that Firewater Grass core. And I also got a Ditto and Silvally, which are mons I really love to use, and I feel like they are really helpful in an 8-mon format because there's only so much people can do to prep for them. And I really like the utility and the power, the sheer force from the Nidoking on this team.
Okay, we're going to move on to Dream League and the Dallas Mountain Dugons and a team of Manaphy, Scolipede, Jolteon, Gigalift, Exploud, Argeotops, Mega Altaria, Exegeo, Cloyster, Blaziken, and Pangoro. Something tells me it's not updated.
That is the Season 2 team.
That's the document they gave me. I was wondering. So, you're going to have to tell us what your team is.
Alrighty. My team is... Let me pull up Showdown. I can't... It's Tapu Bulu. Yeah, I got it right here. Tapu Bulu, Milotic, Zygarde 10%, Fortress, Silvally, Necrozma, which I just dropped for Alakazam, Ditto, Electros, Archeops, Mega Houndoom, and Torkoal. And I really like the power on that team as well. Tapu Bulu, I mean, I got it in Brawl for All, but I wanted to use it in a full league. Zygarde 10% is another one I really like. The Ditto and Silvally are back. Archeops. Mega Houndoom was I didn't want to use it at first because I wanted Megazord Y, but unfortunately, someone sniped that. So, so I thought that was really cool, and I know Electros, and Milotic are really good mons defensively. The only thing I don't like about this team is that it's hard to be like toxic and stuff, stall your teams because I don't have a heal belly or I don't have any clerics, which isn't usually the issue for me as far as teams are concerned. But it can be really annoying at times.
I see. Okay, we're going to move on to probably what the bulk of this interview is going to be, and that's all the questions that Scrappy has. So, first round of questions. We're going to start with Blue asking, what league would you rather rep? Dream League, Lude, or House? There's only one answer according to Blue.
Well, Blue thinks it's House, but that's not actually a league, and I actually repped DL in the Brawl for All, so I'm going to have to go with DL.
I would rep DL as well. So, and Blue has another question asking the top 5 rivals in draft leagues.
Oh, that's actually really tough. Let me think. I'd have to definitely say Matt, Tails, and Pedro are 3 of them. Who else? Me and Naseliga have really good games. So I guess he would be a 4th. Then, well, and I guess Metal, because we've played twice, but we've only played twice, but they were both really close. And even like off-season league games we've played have been really close and fun. So I guess Tails, Matt, Pedro, Metal, and Naseliga.
I see. Someone else besides Blue has a question, and that's KMJ asking, what is your favorite ability in Pokemon, and which mon that has it do you like the most?
I love me some Speed Boost because I like all the speedy mons, and definitely Scolipede is my favorite mon. It's awesome.
We have another question from Blue asking the top 7, but you can just do top 5 cuties in draft format.
I'm gonna have to say Matt again. Nacho, Obi. Who else? Let me look at my list. I'm gonna have to go with Techno as well, and then Cal. Yeah.
Good old Cal when he's not drunk.
Okay. Yes, Cal when he's not drunk.
The only other person besides Blue and KMJ to ask a question was Bura asking, can we ask Scrappy to explain the energy ball situation?
Oh no. Well, I guess so it was a finals game and I was facing this dude Darth Vader. And so it got down to it was a best of 3 and it got down to the 3rd game. And so we both had 2 mons left. I had like Manaphy and Darmanitan or something, and he had Tornadus T and Floatzel. And I had my Manaphy in, and I tried to predict, and he had his Tornadus in. And I tried to predict that he would bring his Floatzel in, and I energy balled the Tornadus. And in hindsight, I should have clicked Scald because, you know, it's a Floatzel. It probably would have been 2-hit KO'd at that point anyways. So, you know, hindsight's 2020, but at the moment, you know, I thought it was the right play, and it cost me a championship.
That sucks a lot. Okay, next question. Blue asks, favorite team drafted ever?
My favorite team drafted ever would probably be my first one. And, oh, dang. It was Manaphy, Scolipede, Togekiss, Darmanitan, Cobalion, Rotom-Mow, Mega Absol, Medicham, Dugtrio, Ditto, Cryogonal, and Frogadier. It was a really offensive team. I really loved it. And, you know, of course, there's like nostalgia with it being the first team that I ever had.
Another question from Blue, how big is an elephant trunk?
An elephant trunk from an Asian elephant ranges from 18 to 21 feet.
Moving on to the second page of questions. All of these are from Blue. He wants to know first a favorite color and a favorite haircut.
I guess my favorite color would be red. And my favorite, I guess I got to go with the bowl cut. It's cash. It's too cash.
And we have a long string. First, what Pokemon are overrated, underrated in the Gen 7 Draft League meta?
To me, overrated. I don't know. I've never gotten the hype for Heatran. But it's obviously good, but I don't think it's the round one mon. Some people do. And underrated? Huh. I love me some Donphan. It's like one of those perfect low tier kind of mons, I guess. I don't know. I guess Donphan. I love it so much.
I would agree. Okay. 5 Pokemon you want to use in draft format that you rarely never used before. You mentioned Savali and Ditto.
Yeah, I've used those mons a lot. And I guess some of the mons I want to use, I want to use Zardwai because I've never gotten a chance to use that. Zygarde 50 is another one. What else? Oh, Tapu Koko. I keep getting sniped with that thing, and it's annoying. And what else? I guess those would be the main 3, and then I guess Magearna or Lele, that's kind of cheating, I guess, but like I never get to use the broken stuff. I never get the good spot whenever they're allowed, and I want to use them.
That's understandable. Next question. Favorite kind of sausage?
Favorite kind of sausage?
That's literally what the question says.
What are I guess bratwurst.
Bratwurst. Good choice.
Yeah.
Next question. Who is your daddy?
Who's my daddy? That's a good one. I don't know. Well, I do know, but I'm not. Huh. I guess Matt.
Matt?
I guess Matt's my daddy. Yeah.
That's probably a safe choice. Okay, next question. Favorite sports teams?
I love me some baseball and football in my hometown Rangers and Dallas Cowboys. Awesomeness, love them.
Next question. Dugong moans or Fampi moans?
Oh man, that's too hard. But I've heard Dugong moan, and it's too good to pass up.
Next question. What do you call a Middle Eastern guy in Hawaii? I don't know if it's an actual question or if it's supposed to be a joke.
That is a reference for a future episode of the Verses with me, Blue, and Mesh.
Okay, we'll leave it to that then. What is your roommate's name? That should be coming like 10 minutes.
That is classified information.
Okay. I'm not going to have you answer the next question. But I will have you end off on AJ's question. What do you look for in a guy?
Definitely not whatever AJ or Blue have. Good lord.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Scrappy, for coming on and having some
thanks for having me. Thanks for having me, dude.
That is all. My name is Clayton, also known as Commander. Leave your comments down next week as we are going to sit through a 25-minute rant from our good friend 27 and any other questions you may have. So that is all. We'll see you again next time.